Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Wednesday, July the 30th. Thank you all so much for the birthday wishes. I had a fantastic day yesterday, and no small part thanks to all the birthday wishes. I did see every one of them. Thank you so much. I appreciate it very much. All right, you guys, so our day was relatively calm yesterday. There was not a whole lot going on. We had a tiny little push of release energy around 5 p.m. Central Time last night. It was so small, I did not even feel it. Around midnight Central Time, we did get a very interesting pattern of new energy come in that has a really strong halo with it. That's this lighter green color here, kind of leading off from this. As you can see, it's different than over here. This tells me that although this push of energy was short in duration, it was extremely intense in its quality of energy that it was sent to us. Like I said, this happened around midnight. It lasted for about 2 to 3 hours. I was personally awake at 1 a.m. until about 4 a.m. That was the time I was awake last night. I will say during that time, I was extremely productive. I got up, I wrote a whole new class outline like at 2 a.m. and I really worked on a lot of stuff last night. So if you were feeling unable to sleep, or you were feeling super buzzy, or had really active dreams last night, that definitely could be why. I'm just saying. Since then, we are in the halo of that energy. That means that, like a really loud bell being rung, the energy is continuing to be offered, even though it was just, it's hard to explain in words. But what happens is sometimes the energy coming in is so intense that it's like a super strong bell being rung. And it takes longer for that energy to sort of work its way through our ionosphere. This is the Italian graph for today. As you can see, just the grumbles running across the bottom. Nothing too spectacular, at least early this morning. I will say that our ionosphere has been sort of pushed away by the solar winds. Now, this does not mean, I had one person send me an email and say, this doesn't mean things are super active. You're correct. This means that our ionosphere has been blown off by the space weather. There's normally a blue rim that goes around here, this color, that goes around here. That's our ionosphere. As you can see, it's been pushed away by the solar winds. What that means is that everything is going to feel more intense for us here on the planet as we are receiving any of these energies. That could also be why this halo is so large, because we literally have an ionosphere that's been pushed away. I have had a lot of people tag me in the news about the interstellar object heading in our direction. This is all I'm going to say about that. Number one, if you read the paper, the scientist talks about the odds being very low. He does not say this is what he exactly thinks it is. He says it's worth considering that it could be something that is intelligently driven. Please read the paper. The other thing I want to say is Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, who are reporters in the UAP community, they have a podcast called Weaponized. They've been at several Senate hearings for this, and they work with whistleblowers. They did a podcast, or I believe it might have actually been a show on Netflix. George Knapp's documentary series on Netflix, I think, is where he said it. Jeremy Corbell 6 months ago said that he had documents that talked about a false flag operation that looks and sounds eerily similar to what is exactly happening right now. I'll put the name of George Knapp's documentary series down here. It is on Netflix. I encourage you to go watch it before you jump to any conclusions, okay? The other thing people ask me about is, how did this energy affect the tsunami that happened, or the earthquake that happened in Russia, right? And that is a fantastic question I'm excited to answer for you. There is a lot of historical scientific data that talks about how this energy can influence earthquakes on the earth. So I actually used ChatGPT to analyze a lot of the data for me, because the way the time is written down here is universal time. I'm not used to using that. So I did ask Chat about this, and here's what Chat had to say. So here's the timing of everything. The whiteout energy ended an hour before the earthquake struck. An hour. Something to remember in science: correlation and causation are not always the same. However, this was a lot of energy. It was preceded by a huge amount of energy on the chart, very impactful on us as human beings and the planet itself. This ended, then an hour later is when the earthquake hit in Russia, and then the tsunamis are following. So you draw your own conclusions. I'm just presenting the data. And for the naysayers out there, I'd like to say this. If this is strong enough to create the largest earthquake in Earth's history in the last 12 years, what makes you think that it won't affect you as a physical human being standing on this planet? I'm just asking for a friend. I also wanted to address the idea that lots of people tag me in other people's videos where they're talking about the Schumann or they're talking about an intergalactic message, and I do appreciate that, and I actually watch all of those videos. What I want you to know, though, is I likely am not going to comment on the video because I do not feel like it's my job to judge what someone else is receiving from their higher self. That's where discernment comes in for you, friend. I am glad that you tag me. I want you to keep tagging me because I want to see the videos. But just know, I'm not necessarily going to offer you a comment on what they are receiving. That's not my job. And it's really not your job either. But it is our job to figure out, does that feel like it resonates with me or not? And if it doesn't, that's totally fine. But it's not your job to tear them down, because hopefully, I would hope, like me, they're not offering anything to you that they don't feel is true. So that's where discernment comes in. If it's true for you, fantastic. If it's not true for you, that's okay too. But there's no need to sort of offer commentary on that. I just want you to know I don't ignore your comments. I actually read every single comment that's left on a TikTok, a YouTube, a Patreon, or an Instagram account. Every single one, all the mean ones and all the good ones, because I want to be connected to you. But I am not going to respond to something where you're asking me to judge someone else. But again, I do love being tagged in all the videos that you're interested in. It helps keep me up to date, friends. So keep tagging me. Keep tagging me. All right, here's our cards for today. So my guides are saying that often what we do as human beings is we put off following our heart's desire because something that we've been taught has told us that we have to wait until the perfect time, that we have to have control of the situation, that we have to know exactly how it's going to turn out before we take that step into the unknown. But what my guides want us to understand is that this is living in an old way, and it's not helping to foster a sense of growth inside of you. My guides are asking you to have better judgment. Take the step, do the thing, trust yourself, and trust that the universe has literally got your back and says, I will catch you if you take the step. Friends, your dreams, your desires are within your reach, but you have to let go of how much you're trying to control what it looks like or how it comes forward, recognizing that this is just an old teaching that you have outgrown from your root chakra that's holding you back from taking that step. Now is the time to progress beyond that piece of immaturity and to have better judgment. Take the step, do the thing. The universe has got your back. What are you waiting for? It's a cloudy one here today. It's going to be rainy all day here today in Illinois, but that's all right. I'm super excited for this day. I'm going on a road trip with my friend to a really cool restaurant for lunch, and I cannot wait. It's going to be so fun. Let's get ready for our day. Are you ready? Because I am. All right. Do me a favor. Take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and just remind yourself, today is a brand new day. It is literally just getting started. The birds are singing. Hopefully the sun is out where you are. It's a lovely day, friends. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to stop putting off and finally embrace today? Because today's a great day, friends. It's a great day.